What's going on, TW fans? Thomas here with this week's installment of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. Things are still a little crazy out there, evolving rapidly and randomly it seems, but we're still getting in new products, so that means another new episode for you guys. Summer's in full swing. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying some of that nice weather that we have been, and more importantly, hopefully you're blessed with the topwater action that we've been having. So that's been a lot of fun, definitely one of my favorite techniques. We're gonna start out with a new topwater bait, probably one of my favorite ways to target big bass. Got a new hollow body frog. This one's from Molix. It is new, but it's just more of a rendition of a classic. So this is the Molix Sneaky Frog EVO. This is Carl Jochumsen's signature bait. You guys may remember the original Sneaky, hopefully you do, because that thing is a great walking topwater frog. Same with this one, unbeatable walking action. This time they've retuned it, retweaked it a little bit. What they did is they hid the weight internally and shifted it slightly, so now you're gonna have it sit on the water perfectly horizontal. You can pretty much walk this thing in place. So if you have a stubborn bass that's not coming up and getting your frog as you move across, you can follow this one up and really just sit it and pivot it right over the hole that bass is sitting in. Awesome topwater frog. Got the same stout hook that we have in the back from the original one. So once you get that monster pinned, it's gonna stay pinned. That single strand back here, or not single strand, multi-strand, but single tail, which also helps with that walking action. Same as the original Sneaky Frog. So this time with a few tweaks and a few awesome new renditions on this one. So definitely add it to your arsenal for topwater action. You're not gonna be disappointed. All right, let's look at something a little bit below the surface here. Got a new one from Realis. This is the mid-roller 40F crankbait. You're gonna see right up front here, it's a small crankbait. Gonna be ideal for targeting bass that are in high pressure lakes. So if you're fishing a lake, Clearwater Reservoir, anything like that, or a lake that has a lot of fishing pressure, this is really gonna help you out. Not only that, it's gonna be effective if your bass are keying in on smaller forage. So let's take a look at this bait, dissect it a little bit here. Up front, we got that square bill. Great for deflecting off cover like that. So if you're fishing anywhere shallow where there's some boulders or just any shallow cover, it's gonna deflect really well and really erratically. It's not gonna hang up very often due to that square bill, and also in the back you'll see that the hook hanger, they actually have it on top of the tail rather than the bottom. So just another way to prevent snags. So that way you can cover water more efficiently rather than knocking your plug out regularly. All right, so moving on here to the body, we've got checkered scales, 3D gill rakers, and the downward facing eyes. So pretty awesome externally, custom airbrush paint job on that one. Really, really nice job. Internally, we have a fixed weight system, so even though it's small, you're gonna be able to cast this one really far. That internal weight system is also gonna help with the rolling action on this one, so you're gonna get a lot of great action and deflections out of this base. Awesome little finesse crankbait for you. All right, moving on to another one from Realis. We got the Realis Nomase Gill and the Nomase Gill Shad. Super unique, super versatile little bait. I'm really, really excited this one. So we'll start with the Shad. On the back, you're gonna see they are quite similar, the only difference being a boot tail versus that straight tail, but this thing is pretty cool. So you have a soft polymer shell on the outside with a lead weighting system inside. You also have this little hook hanger here where you can add a treble hook or maybe a spinner bait to add some flash, anything like that. So when I first looked at this, I was like, all right, awesome, vertical jigging, maybe even like a drop shot style, something like that comes with this, weedless wacky hook on there. So I was like, all right, that could be worked that way as well. But then once I really started exploring this bait and found out you can fish this thing pretty much like a lipless crankbait. On a steady retrieve, it's gonna vibrate through the water column really, really well. On the standard edition here, it's not gonna have the boot tail, so it's gonna be pretty subtle. Obviously no rattles or anything like that, so a silent, subtle approach. You'll get a little bit more thump with the boot tail on that one, but it's kind of like a subtle version of a lipless crankbait. You can also do a twitch retrieve, so kind of like a yo-yo technique on that same lipless, and you can, of course, as I mentioned in the beginning, fish it vertically. So really, really versatile bait. Pretty cool one from Realis. Definitely want to add this one to the arsenal. All right, moving on to a couple new weights from Tungsten. These are the closed eye drop shot weights. We have the teardrop and also the cylinder option. You guys should know by now the huge benefits of tungsten. It's dense, you're gonna be able to feel that bottom, so if you're sandy substrate or more complex rocky terrain, you're gonna feel everything. You're gonna know exactly where that bait is at. Also with that density comes a decrease in size. That's gonna help your fish focus on the bait, not your weight. So kind of a cool little option here, some new tungsten weights. The closed eye is gonna allow you to tie your line directly to it, so your fish isn't gonna rip it off when it's swimming through grass. You're gonna be able to pull your hook or your whole setup back without losing the weight, anything like that. So pretty cool tungsten weight options that you should add to your arsenal. All right, so cool weights for your drop shot. What are we gonna use for the bait on our drop shot? New one from Salmo. This is the Salmo Drop Shot Fry. Again, I kind of learned a lot about this one when I started handling it more. When I first saw pictures, I thought, oh cool, another finesse hair jig. That's always fun to have on the market. Not at all. This thing is a soft bait. You can see on here, it's completely soft, but it's still dense and durable. So when you're using this thing as your drop shot bait, it's gonna hold up to a lot of fish. Even if it's those aggressive spotted bass, anything like that, it's gonna hold up well. Up front, you have 3D eyes. You have some of the UV flash in the back here. It's gonna add more fish drawing power, more realistic presentation. And then again, that density that you have up there, it's gonna really hold up to a lot of fish. My favorite thing about this is with the special plastic that they use, it's super buoyant. So that coupled with your drop shot hook and this fur on the back here, it's gonna give you a perfectly horizontal presentation. So those clear water reservoirs I kind of referenced earlier, killer in those. This thing is gonna sit there perfectly horizontal. You'll be able to work that drop shot as it should be. So a great one from Salmo that you definitely need to add. All right, back to that summer theme. We got a whole new lineup of summer clothes from Huk. So definitely head over to the website, check them all out. We picked out a few to showcase for you guys here. We're gonna start out with some of their long sleeve sun shirts. This is the Icon X series. First up is gonna be the Camo, and then they also just have the long sleeve Icon X shirt. So we'll hold up the Camo one here. Great for sun. It's gonna give you that UPF 50+ protection. Super important, that way you can leave those messy sunscreens at home. You're not gonna get oily stuff all over your fishing line, your baits, your boat, anything like that. You can just rock these with some gloves or anything like that. It's gonna keep you perfectly protected. In those hot weather climates, you have the mesh under the arms, you have mesh on the back, and you even have a mesh hood. A lot of airflow, it's gonna keep you cool. I don't know if you've used Huk's products in the past. They do have their antimicrobial, so this is gonna be a great treatment to keep you from smelling like the day's catch. So awesome one that you wanna add there. Also has their ice technology, so once that material hits your perspiration, the fibers are actually self-cooling. So it's, as you get hotter, this is gonna keep you cool. So pretty awesome little long sleeve shirt. A couple shorts. We have the Huk Mossy Oak Freeman board shorts. Great for wear in the water, around the water, outside of the water, awesome shorts. Yes, they are board shorts. You can absolutely use them for just swimming in your pool, but they are also fishing shorts at heart. You got your pliers pocket in the back here. We have some pockets up on the hip, a cargo pocket, and rear pockets here. So you're gonna be able to keep all your essentials secure. Another pair of shorts from Huk, we got the Reserve shorts. Similar concept, this one not so much meant for being in the water, although it is quick drying fabric, so boat spray, anything like that, a quick dip, it's gonna handle it. Again, we have the dedicated plier pockets, this time on both sides, so you have all kinds of storage. You have zippered rear pockets. We also have a zippered cargo pocket on here, so it's gonna keep all of your essentials secure, so you're not gonna lose your cell phone, keys, anything like that in the water. Very important. All right, last up from Huk, we're gonna take a look at a shoe. We got the Huk Mako shoe. So this one's pretty cool, lightweight shoe. That's gonna be great in the summertime. You have that soft mesh upper, excuse me. So really, really comfortable shoe, dual density EVA mid foam. So it's gonna give you great cushion as you're running around the lake, or if you're just on the boat, absolutely gonna keep you comfortable. They have their 360 drainage system integrated into this one. That's gonna push any water that you get in your shoe down and out. So that way you don't have to deal with any soggy feet halfway through your trip. Very, very important. So an awesome lightweight shoe option with their splice traction grip on here. You don't need to worry about wet decks, wet docks, anything like that. It'll keep you from slipping. Super important. All right, sticking with the Topwater theme, my choice in apparel for this week, we have the Costa Del Mar Topwater short sleeve shirt. Really comfortable cotton shirt. It's gonna keep you looking good. It's gonna keep you feeling good out on the water. Paired that up with a Daiwa Vector Series hat, so whether you're lounging around the house, poolside, or chasing a tournament check, you're gonna look good doing it. So some great stuff there. All right, we're gonna finish out with a couple rods. We're gonna start with a new one from Halo Fishing. This is the Halo Fishing Scott Canterbury series. Scott Canterbury, known of course, 2019 Bassmaster Elite Series Angler of the Year, say no more there. He and Halo Fishing worked long hours to design an awesome rod. A bunch of different options in this rod series, so you're gonna have something to really pair up with any of your favorite techniques. This one's made with high-end Japanese nanofiber blank. We have stainless steel guides with zirconia inserts. Down here we have Halo Fishing's proprietary reel seat, coupled nicely with their hybrid grips here. You have that cork and that EVA foam. Inside the grip, they have what they call their Sensi rings. That's just gonna help reduce hand fatigue. Long day of working a shaky head, drop shotting, snapping a jerkbait, anything like that, it's just gonna help reduce that hand fatigue. So a great series of rod from Halo Fishing and Scott Canterbury. All right, another collaboration rod. This time, 6th Sense and Ben Milliken teamed up to bring us our 6th Sense Milliken fishing series of rods. Another great option for just about every technique. We have quite a few different casting rods, one series of spinning rods, so you're really gonna be able to cover everything you need on this one here. We have the high-end Toray Japanese fiber graphite, blank on this one with some medium-sized Fuji guides. What I really like about those guides, that medium size is gonna help manage your line, but it's still big enough to accommodate, line-to-line knots. Even if you're not the best at tying them, it's not gonna hang up or give you any problems. I have their ultra lightweight reel seat here, custom EVA foam handles, just a really high quality blank overall and rod setup. Got the U-shaped hook keeper, that way you don't have to back your barb out of any of your plastics that you have rigged up, anything like that. So make sure you check out this 6th Sense and also our Halo fishing rods for a couple new rods for this summer. All right, that's gonna wrap up this episode of What's New at Tackle Warehouse. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. To learn more or to shop for these products, make sure to click shop or the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. If you wanna see more of them, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Also, as always, let us know in the comments below which one of these is gonna lead to your next PB.